feel different. I feel different with this hat, boy. Um, um, so as I was saying earlier, um, I took some time off, man, to uh, have a talk with God, uh, to have a talk with myself, because, you know, what I'm doing is not giving me the results that I've been looking for. So, um, you can call it introspection, you can call it whatever you want, but I just said, let me just sit down here, man, and really try to make sense of this madness. Tanya, happy Sabbath to you. Thank you for joining me. And sometimes you need to shut everything down to kind of like get a grip on what you're doing and why you're doing it and what you're going through, you know. And that's basically what I did was, just let me just sit down for a minute and take a breath, because I mean, I've been pushing, trying, and look like the harder I try, the worse things get, and trying not to take it personal that it ain't got nothing to do with me, but it's just the process that I'm going through, you know and you still got these voices on your shoulders talking in your ears. And I just said, well, you know what, let me just step back for a minute and just try to, let me just see what is it I'm supposed to be doing, where am I supposed to be going, you know and because people don't realize when you get on this thing and trying to do, you know, lives, it takes a lot out of you. It really does. It takes a whole lot out of you. When you get on here and you pouring, all of your energy into this telephone, talking to people, it can be draining. And, and especially when you're not getting any encouragement, you're not being rewarded for what you're doing. It's like people, expect for you to do it for free, but yet they are the only ones that benefit from what you're doing. And, and I know the Bible say, do not grow weary in well doing. And that was what I've been working on. What's going on, Kimberly, is not growing weary and doing good, because it seems like all these jokers out here with tricks. Let me show you how gullible people are. You look at some of these videos where people are pretending to walk up on folk and talk. Well, and they got a camera right there. They got somebody with a camera videoing everything they doing, so that person is not surprised. It's a game. And then you start seeing all these different angles that are being shot of this way. Wait a minute. How you get all these different angles if you just one person? And they supposed to be going up doing a good deed and surprising people. People ain't surprised, but people fall for that. People don't sit down and say, wait a minute. If if this is genuine, if it's real, why am I getting all these different angles? Yes, set up. And but folks support something like that. Now I could see if you had a hidden camera on you, and you walking up to somebody and they don't see anybody around, and you going through this. But man, you got people they doing all kinds of things, man, and being successful. People are believing it. That's the sad part. People believe this is real, and it ain't. It's not. So I just said, okay, Lord, I ain't happy. Oh, okay, I'm not happy, but I just want to know. I'm just, why? Why? I thought I was your boy. So just dealing with the things, cause it's just sometimes it's hard. It really is. Sometimes it's really hard, and I guess I'm just at the stage right now where I have run up against a brick wall, and just deal with it. So anyway, um, and we had a full moon, um, 2 days ago, and I know 3 days ago. It was on the 12th was the full moon. And it snowed in DC. And next week, they talking about we getting 13 to 15 inches of snow next week. So that's going to be some madness. It's all by itself. Um, but anyway, so I'm back to do Saturday in Proverbs again. Man, there's a lot going on in the world, man. Okay? Oh, it's a real bad storm coming. Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday and Thursday, I think. It's going to be really bad. Um, yeah, Thursday is supposed to be, let me see what they're saying. Has it changed? Um, see what they're calling for Thursday. 8 to 10 inches on Thursday went down. It was 13 to 16 inches on Thursday, and on Wednesday they're calling for 3 to 5 inches on Wednesday. And so I guess that's still the if 3 to 5 and 8 to 10, yeah, that's about a foot of snow that's gonna drop between them 2 days, you know. So oh, Tanya, thank you so very much. Uh Thank you so very much, Tanya. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Thank you for that blessing. Thank you. Um and may God return it 100-fold to you, Tanya. Okay? I pray that God return that to you 100-fold. May it not be in vain. And I pray one day that I'll be able to return it 100-fold to you. Um, but anyway, let me get into this because, like I said, we got a lot going on in the world, man. And a lot of this stuff is designed to overwhelm you and to keep you discouraged. That's what a lot of this stuff is designed to do. Is just to be overwhelming and to keep you in a ball of confusion, keep you at each other. Notice, and that's where that's where, you know, my struggle is we see the division, we see it going, and we're not trying to do anything to get out in front of it. We see it. It's there. And nobody's trying to say, wait a minute, there's not got to be a better way. Got to be another way. So that's that's been my challenge is, how come you won't give something else a chance? I can get on here and be stupid and you rah 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 rah. Do with something crazy. So again, I had to ask God, what am I doing wrong? That I can't reach the people with this message that everybody agree with. You gave it to me. I didn't. I got it from him. It's not my message. I'm just trying to. And if I didn't believe it was for him, I wouldn't even stick with it. I really wouldn't. I thought, man, I been gone. If it was up to me, I would have been gone. I wouldn't be sitting here dealing with this in madness, man. I've been, this ain't working. But it's for a reason. And I just got to sit down and just see what the reason is. Why? And because things are moving, man. Here we are. We're in the middle of the month already. That's how fast time. You don't think time is fast? Just seemed like yesterday was New Year's, and we already in the middle of February. Already, we're in the middle of February already. You think time ain't moving fast now? Things used to be real slow, but it seems like it's done speeded up. Okay? And we're going to blink and we'll be at the end of March and still be like, well, wait a minute. Where did it go? Where did time go to? I mean, this stuff is flying, man. It's speeding up. And it ain't nothing promised either. That's the sad part about it. And that's why I keep trying to tell y'all, man, don't get caught up in this negativity. Don't get caught up in it. And I know it's tempting. And I know, but see, if you don't have a foundation of truth, see, you're gonna be influenced one way or the other. If you can't think for yourself, and see, these are times right now where you got to start thinking for yourself. Okay? I don't have any problem with the stuff that's being exposed. What I have a problem with is how it's being done. There's a right way and a wrong way to do things. And just because you're exposing something that's wrong and you doing it the wrong way, don't make you no better. And see, and that's what people are losing sight of. Man, there's a way to do stuff. And when you ignore the rules, it's just like somebody breaking in your house and tell the police, oh, I found some drugs and some guns in this person's house, but you broke in. How you gonna try to demonize me when you broke in my house? You came, I didn't invite you in. Because if you was doing it the right way, why don't you go through the proper steps to expose this stuff? Okay, Tanya say keep your lamp full. A lot of folk don't even understand that. A lot of people see, when you talk about keeping your lamp full. You know what? Let me pray, and then I'm gonna get into this word, because I'm gonna start right there, Tanya, about them virgins. Father, thank you for another day around your word. Speak through my mind, speak through my heart, speak through my lips, Lord, that I may precisely articulate this word to pierce the hearing and the vision of your children so that we may get the wisdom and understanding to be able to live the righteous lifestyle that you have ordained for us to live. In Jesus' name, amen. Now, and this is a good uh I'm gonna start right story. Let's see where that is. Matthew 25. I'm gonna start right there. I want to read y'all this story because this is important. This is really important. And see, you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna get. Okay, listen to this, y'all. Hold on, let me turn this music off. Okay, the parable of the wise and foolish virgins. Okay. Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened unto 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. Now, 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Okay? 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. Those who were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. But while the bridegroom was delayed, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight, a cry was heard, behold, the bridegroom is coming. Go out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, tried to light them. And the foolish said to the wise, give us some oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, no, lest there should not be enough for us and you. But go rather to those who sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding, and the door was shut. Afterwards, the other virgins came also, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said to them, assuredly, I say to you, I do not know you. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour in which the Son of Man is coming. Okay, see, the foolish virgins are the ones that didn't want to sacrifice. Matter of fact, let me read this from the Message Bible. God's kingdom is like 10 young virgins who took oil lamps and went out to greet the bridegroom. 5 were silly and 5 were smart. The silly virgins took lamps but no extra oil. The smart virgins took jars of oil to feed their lamps. The bridegroom didn't show up when they expected him, and they all fell asleep. In the middle of the night, someone yelled out, he's here. The bridegroom's here. Go out and greet him. The 10 virgins got up and got their lamps ready. The silly virgins said to the smart ones, our lamps are going out. Lend us some of your oil. They answered, there might not be enough to go around. Go buy your own. They did. But while they were out buying oil, the bridegroom arrived. When everyone who was there to greet him had gone into the wedding feast, the door was locked. Much later, the other virgins, the silly ones, showed up and knocked on the door, saying, Master, we're here. Let us in. He answered, do I know you? I don't think I know you. So stay alert. You have no idea when he might arrive. Okay, see, this is showing that you can't follow the crowd. See, everybody's having a good time, don't want to be inconvenienced. All right, ain't thinking, believing, oh, I got time, and you don't. You don't. You see, and this is one of the things I've been telling you about. Man, some of y'all need to start eating one meal a day. You know, cut back because times are gonna get rough. And when that time comes, you are prepared. You ain't the one, oh, I got to go out here and try to find some food somewhere. And ain't none because it's a mad rush on it. See, and unfortunately, people don't think that can happen in America. People don't think that there can be panic in America. See, people don't believe that. But this is what they setting us up for, a panic in America, where everybody is going to rush on, have a mad rush to be trying to get, and it's going to cause total chaos. That's what's going to happen. But if you're not prepared, see the wise versions, okay, we don't know when he come, we're going to take our lamps and we're going to take some extra oil. But you got so many people right now taking for granted that what they got is enough. God, dog. See, that's where the problem is. Too many people right now think what they have is enough. And it ain't going to be, and they take that for granted. And they're going to end up being in a panic because they haven't prepared. And the only thing that I can tell you right now with the way things are going and what people are doing, man, you need to get prepared. Don't let this catch you by surprise. If it catches you by surprise, that's your fault. You can't blame the white man. You can't blame Trump. That's your fault. Because you should be on your toes. But no, you caught up in the drama. And isn't it amazing? A lot of these people out here bragging about what was happening, and now all of a sudden they finding out they caught up in the net too. Some of the very people running around being glad at other folks' downfall. They glad because other people will be experiencing some hardship, are now finding themselves caught up in that same net. And now they don't know what to do. Okay? And it ain't gonna be easy, y'all. I keep telling you, man, this is good versus evil. And right now, good people are afraid of themselves. They don't wanna come out. But let's get into Proverbs. This is chapter 15. Today is the 15th. Okay? Proverbs has a chapter for every day of the month, 31 chapters. And when there's not 31 chapters like this month, just keep reading until you catch up. Okay? Chapter 15. A gentle response diffuses anger, but a sharp tongue kindles a temper fire. A gentle response diffuses anger. Look how many people, man, that snap at each other. And in some cases ended up losing their lives because they couldn't control their anger. That's how powerful anger is. See, because you don't know what another person is experiencing or going through. You have no idea. In the King James Version, it says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pour forth foolishness. Okay? All right? Okay, verse 2. Knowledge flows like the spring waters from the wise. Fools are leaky faucets, dripping nonsense. Verse 3. God doesn't miss a thing. He's alert to good and evil alike. Listen, God doesn't miss a thing. He's alert to good and evil alike. You think God is not watching what's going on? You think God is not paying attention to this? You think God, and see, and the question is, why is he allowing it to happen? There's a reason God is allowing this to happen. See, because he say, if my people will humble themselves and pray, I will heal their land. And when have you seen people from all across, good people, come together and say, come on, man, let's pray on this. Let's pray. No, they don't trust each other. In the New King James Version, it says, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. Okay? Kind words heal and help. Cutting words wound and maim. Kind words heal and help. Cutting words wound and maim. In the New King James Version, it says, a wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. Okay? Verse 5. Moral dropouts won't listen to their elders. Welcoming correction is a mark of good sense. See, in the New King James Version, it says, a fool despises his father's instruction, but he who receives correction is prudent. See, that's the person that you can tell something, that will listen. See, when he who receives correction and you know you're wrong, see, you ain't pretending to be right. And this is the problem we have now. So many people are out here pretending to be right, pretending to be Christians, and they're just wolves in sheep clothing. And that is what has destroyed the fabric of society all over the world. We got too many wolves in sheep clothing that are only in it for themselves. They ain't in it for the masses of the people. And the people are being deceived because they don't know how to tell the difference of who's who. See, that's the travesty of this. Good people don't know how to recognize other good people. They are too easily persuaded by the wolves who are in sheep clothing. Verse 6, the lives of God-loyal people flourish. A misspent life is soon bankrupt. And see, and this is why I see the lives of God-loyal people flourish. It says, in the house of the righteous, there is much treasure, but in the revenue of the wicked is trouble. And that's what I'm saying. God, listen, I'm I'm trying to do this thing the right way. Why am I not getting the results that I should be? What am I doing wrong? I ain't looking on what somebody else is doing wrong. Lord, show me what I'm doing wrong to block my blessings. Because there's a reason that if you say that God is not mocked, whatever a man sows, that shall he reap. And I'm sowing positivity, but I'm reaping negativity, something is off. And that's why I'm saying, Lord, show me where I'm off. I'm not worried about my children, my wife, my friends. Show me where I'm off. Let me correct what I need to correct in me. And that's what I've been dealing with. Show me where I'm missing the boat. Let me hold me accountable. I could easily blame this on other situations, blame this on people, but show me what I'm doing wrong that I can't reap the rewards that I'm looking for. Cause somewhere in me, there's something amiss if I'm not getting the results that I think I should be getting. Verse 7, perceptive words spread knowledge. Fools are hollow. There's nothing to them. Verse 8, God can't stand pious poses, but he delights in genuine prayers. In the New King James Version, it says, the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. And see, there again, am I missing it in my prayer life? Am I not praying properly to you, God? You know, why is it that I'm not seeing the things that I'm asking you for? What is it about me that is amiss to not get the results that I'm supposed to be getting? Okay? Verse 9, a life frittered away disgusts God. He loves those who run straight for the finish line. In the New King James Version, it says, the way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but he loves him who follows righteousness. See, when you follow righteousness, you ain't perfect. Let me say that again. When you follow righteousness, you ain't perfect. You make mistakes. You make mistakes, but you're not harmful. You ain't gonna hurt nobody. When you live a righteous lifestyle, man, you ain't gonna take advantage of nobody. If you see somebody drop some money, as broke as you are, you'll say, hey, you dropped something. Here's your money. That's a righteous lifestyle. You see, and so many people flunk that test. When they see somebody do something, they have the opportunity to correct it, to call it attention. It's like when you go to the store and the clerk give you back too much change. You know how many people count that as a blessing? Look how God blessed me. That's a mistake. Why don't you correct? Say, hey, wait a minute. You gave me too much money. See, that's righteousness. When somebody make a mistake, you call it their mistake out to them. Hey, this is wrong. As bad as you might need, but you correct that mistake. See, that's living a righteous life. But a lot of people, man, they count that as a blessing. Oh man, look how God blessed me. As somebody else's mistake, and you flunked the test. And because it's gonna come a day when, man, I'll never forget this. During COVID, I went to Home Depot to buy something, and I had my wallet and a shirt on that I could just drop my wallet off in my pocket. Went in Home Depot, got whatever I did, and evidently, when I walked out the store, I thought I dropped it in my pocket, and it fell on the ground. I had $400 in it. Just during COVID. Man, I panicked, man. What? I done lost my wallet. in an all-black neighborhood. Okay, so I'm riding around, then the Spirit of God said, go back to Lost and Found. And when I pull up on the lot, I said, man, y'all got a Lost and Found? And he said, sir, this is my first day. I don't know. And right then and there, I almost got in my car. I said, well, let me go to customer service. And I went to customer service and I said, ma'am, do you all have Lost and Found? She said, yes, we do. I said, I dropped my wallet. And she said, what's your name? I said, Don Folden. She said, Mr. Folden, here's your wallet. Right here. Get my wallet back, and all of my money is in my wallet. Now, there's a cashier standing right over my wallet. Okay? And I said, you know what? You could have took all my money. Because when I went and got my wallet back, I would have just automatically assumed, the money is gone. So I would have never been suspicious of you, because I would have been suspicious of the person that turned it in. But see, this is how God works. And I said, here's $20. Go, man, let me treat you to something. Take this $20, because you could have took it all. And I never would have suspected you, because I would have been just thankful, man, I got my wallet back. Okay? Got my driver's license, my social security card. I got all of that back. And see, and that's what a lot of things. So, we do have a lot to be grateful for. And see, and that's another thing that, I've been dealing with is my gratitude. Maybe I'm not having the success that I'm supposed to have because of my gratitude, because I want more. And I'm not thankful for what I have. That could be it. But see, those are the things that you have to sit down and do that self-reflection, man. Don't be scared to look inside of you. And see, and a lot of people are looking outside of themselves for the answer. But the answer is on the inside of you. Okay? Where am I? Verse 10. It's a school of hard knocks for those who leave God's path. A dead-end street for those who hate God's rules. That's the person you can't tell nothing, that won't listen. Like some of your kids won't listen. They got to learn the hard way. See, when you try to tell them, man, don't go down that road. Oh, that's old school. It ain't like that today. See, and this is what it says: harsh discipline is for him who forsakes the way, and he who hates correction will die. Well, when you hate correction, can't nobody tell you nothing. You know it all. You got all the answers. When you hate correction, you are offended because somebody try to correct you, try to set you straight. You get offended. Okay? And that's what you listen to this. Hell and destruction are before the Lord. So much more the hearts of the sons of men. See, God is the only one that can change a person's heart. Let me say that again. God is the only one. God can turn a man's heart whichever way he went, to cold or hot. God, not the devil. God is the only one that can turn a person's heart. Okay? God is the only one. See, as bad as things are right now, God can turn Trump's heart just like that. And people wouldn't even believe it, because they would think that he is playing a game. But God can turn his heart. And notice, nobody's playing. Man, God, turn that man's heart. Turn that man's heart. But right now, he's in here to shake things up. And he's shaking it up like no other, buddy. You can believe that. Okay? Verse 12. Know-it-alls don't like being told what to do. They avoid the company of wise men and women. Okay? People, when you try to correct a fool, oh, you think you know it all. You ain't better than nobody else. They always want to demonize you, put you down. Because you don't compromise your integrity. And because you don't compromise your integrity, they want to mock you. They want to laugh at you. They want to make fun of you. You know, and this is one of the things that we had, especially in my community. See, when you try to educate yourself, when you try to be, oh, you acting white. Just because you're trying to get an education, oh, you want to be white. That's how much we devalue education now. When we couldn't read and write, education was valued. When they didn't want us to read and write. But now to get an education means you want to be white. This is how people would see. That's the scoffer. There's a lot of kids that in school right now who are bullied because they want to be something. They want to lift themselves up. They want to learn something, and they are bullied by their classmates. And some of them even kill themselves because they can't take being bullied for just trying to lift themselves up by their own bootstraps. That's how evil wickedness is. Okay, verse 13, a cheerful heart brings a smile to your face. A sad heart makes it hard to get through the day. Man, here's what it says. A merry heart makes a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart, the spirit is broken. Man, have you ever looked at some people that are always mad? Yeah, always snapping, rude. That's a sad heart. That's a sad heart. When you run across people, when you see them in public and they are disrespectful and rude and nasty to people, man, that's a sad heart. Ain't got nothing to do with you. That's a person that don't like themselves. And see, and rather than you snapping at something like that, you know, man, that person ain't happy. That's why they so nasty. Because it says a merry heart makes a cheerful countenance. Man, when somebody happy, man, they friendly. They ain't gonna be nasty to you. They're gonna be kind to you. You see, and them nasty people are the ones you need to be praying for. See, God just crossed the path for you to pray for that person. Say a prayer for them. Because you ain't got to respond and react to what they're doing. Pray for them. Because there's something ain't right in their life. And we got too many people right now who are responding to that anger and that negativity, and it just throwing gasoline on the fire. And ain't no telling what will come out of that. Remember it said back over here, where it says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. A soft answer turns away wrath. See, next time you catch a person like that, speak to them softly. That's all you got to do. And you'll break their spirit. Speak to them softly instead of responding in a harsh way. You and there's not a day that go by that you don't have an opportunity to speak to somebody softly that's coming at you rude and out of order. Okay? Verse 14. An intelligent person is always eager to take in more truth. Fools feed on fast food fads and fancies. In the New King James Version, it says, the heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on foolishness. Look at today. You can see that today. Look how much foolishness people are feeding on today. And this what, see, thank you, Lord. And this is what I mean. Look. The heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feed on foolishness. They caught up in the drama. And that's what I've been trying to tell you. Don't get caught up in this drama. It is designed to be a distraction. And if you fall for it, you're going to end up regretting it. See, now is the time that you step back and pay attention to what, because see, there's right and wrong in everybody. Let me say that again. There's right and wrong in everybody. I don't care who you are. There's some right in you and there's some wrong in you. Okay? Unfortunately, they will take the wrong in one person and wipe out a whole group for the actions of one person. They'll wipe out a whole group. And there's right and wrong in everybody. How come the people who are right can't come together? Why is it that only wrong can unite? See, we need to get some right people to unite, man. And we could turn this around. Verse 15. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he who is of a merry heart has a continual feast. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he who is of a merry heart has a continual feast. In the Message Bible, it says, a miserable heart means a miserable life. A cheerful heart fills the day with song. Man, don't nobody want to be around nobody who's miserable. You don't want to be around somebody, every time you see them, they got a sob story. They ain't never happy. Always complaining. You don't want to be, you got some coworkers like that, ain't never happy. Listen, it says, all the days of the afflicted are evil, but he who has a merry heart has a continual feast. See, when you easy to get along with, people don't mind helping you. Even people that don't like you will chip in to help you out. Cause you don't have a bunch of drama. You got a good heart. But see, most folk fall for a sob story before they would take a look at what kind of person they dealing with. Because the sob story is the easiest thing to fall for. See, when you start being accountable and responsible, you start asking questions. When you start being accountable and responsible, you will ask some questions. You don't fall for no sob stories. Just that simple. Verse 16. A simple life in the fear of God is better than a rich life with a ton of headaches. A simple life in the fear of God is better than a rich life with a ton of headaches. Okay, in the New King James Version, it say, better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasures with trouble. See, and people don't think that having money brings trouble to your way. It's gonna bring some trouble because somebody gonna always be trying to get you. Somebody's always gonna be trying to use you when they know you got some money. They're gonna always be. That's why I keep telling people, man, this is, and I stand firm. I stand firm on this. When my wealth come, don't come asking me for nothing. Don't ask me for nothing. Because I have a great relationship with God. If God want me to bless you, he gonna tell me to bless you. You ain't got to ask me. When I was broke, when I was sitting in this hotel, you wasn't knocking on my door. You wasn't beating me down. You wasn't hunting me down. You wasn't asking me, can I help with this when I was broke? So keep that same energy when I got some money. Don't come ask me for nothing. The only thing you can do is be around me. You'll be blessed. Because if God want me to bless the people around me, he gonna tell me. And see, and let me tell you something. Anytime a person come up to you and say, excuse me, can I ask you a question? That's the one you avoid. When somebody walk up and says, can I ask you something? Nope, I ain't interested. Nope, I'm not interested. Because behind that is going to be a regret. When somebody come up to you and say, excuse me, can I ask you something? Nope, it's going to be a regret. Because you're going to open the door up to some garbage. I'm telling you, you don't believe it? Go back and listen. Look at some of the times when when you said yes and regretted it. Somebody go, can I ask you something? And you said yes and end up regretting it. Okay? Verse 17. Better is a dinner with herbs where love is than a fatted calf with hatred. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a fatted calf with hatred. In the Message Bible, it say, better a bread crust shared in love than a slab of prime rib served in hate. And see, unfortunately, most folk don't know the difference. Most people be so caught up in the moment that they don't realize ain't no unity there, ain't no love there. But they just be so caught up in the moment. And that's what they get caught up in. Verse 18. Hot tempers stars fight. A calm, cool spirit keeps the peace. There we go. Hot tempers starts fights. A calm, cool spirit keeps the peace. So if you want to avoid some man, just be calm with people. Stop snapping. You know, because everybody going through something. In the New King James Version, it says, a wrathful man stirs up strife, but he who is slow to anger allays contention. And see, and that's guilty. That's something I had to work on. Being slow to getting angry. That's one of the things that I had to work on. And I'm still working on it. Because I find myself that when somebody doing something stupid, to respond to it. Yeah, even in driving. You know, you see somebody doing something stupid, and then you be cussing, man, get out of the way. I had to work on that. Okay? Verse 19, the way of a lazy man is like a hedge of thorns, but the way of the upright is a highway. And in the Message Bible, it says, the path of lazy people is overgrown with briars. The diligent walk down a smooth road. See, lazy people are just in it for themselves, for what they can get. They ain't trying to lay no foundation. They ain't trying to be an example. It's all about what they can get. It's just lazy people, it's just a win for them. They're in it for what they can get out of it. See, because when it's a win-win, see, now you're having some compassion on other people. You know, the other day, when it snowed, I got up, I guess, about 8 o'clock, and I noticed that the guy that was supposed to be here to shovel the sidewalk hadn't shown up. You know, and I went to the front desk. I said, you know what? Your man ain't showed up yet. I said, give me a shovel. Let me go out and at least I can shovel the front of the sidewalk for you. Okay? Let me at least do that. And I'll be able to get me some exercise as well. Okay? So I got the shovel, got the ice, and went out and started shoveling the front of the hotel. And when I asked the guy, went to the front desk, and when I asked, told the girl, give me the snow, the guy looked at me and said, man, you better than me. I wouldn't be out there shoveling no snow. I said, you don't know how stupid you one day you might need a favor in this hotel. And you mean to tell me you won't go show no kindness? When you got an opportunity, and the manager came and knocked on my door, and she said, you didn't really have to do that. I said, listen, I know how easy it is for people to start complaining. So rather than having them call in some complaints about the sidewalk not being shoveled, let me go out and help you out. She said, thank you so very much. And that was the end of that. But I saw a need, and I filled it. I could do something about it. Because, see, I'm old school, man. I'm always looking for an opportunity. Don't know. See, don't know. I might say, hey, listen, I need a little compassion here. Okay? See, I don't know where that day might come. I need some little compassion. I need a little time. All right? So that's how I look at it. Do something good, because you never know where that will lead you. All right. Verse 20. Intelligent children make their parents proud. Lazy students embarrass their parents. In the New King James Version, it says, a wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Man, this is one thing. Here's a good example. Look at Elon's little son. Ain't got no discipline. Ain't got no discipline whatsoever. There is no way I'm going to go to the White House and my children are going to embarrass me. That ain't happening. And see, and that shows you he don't spend no time with that boy. Because any child, and parents, let me tell you something. Your job as a parent is reflected in how your children act when they ain't with you. Let me say that again, parents. Your job as a parent is reflected in how your children act when they ain't with you. And when they with you and they're demonized, I got on a bus yesterday, boy, and this woman got with a little boy. I mean, he was rude, nasty, and arrogant, and I just gave him one look. Sit your ass down with my look. And he curled up under his mother, wouldn't say a word. He just looked in my face, and the look I gave him made him with that foolishness, and he just got up under his mother just like that. And and that is the problem. See, a lot of parents, and you can tell a parent has spent some time with their children, they got some discipline. Even when they get in trouble, whoever is passing judgment gonna look, man, I know you was raised better than this. I know you was raised better than this. This is not a reflection of how your parents raised you. And they don't even know the parent, but can look at them and say, I know your parents didn't raise you like this. But them kids that are rude, ugly, undisciplined, loud, and parents ain't spending no time with them children. And you can look at it, lines. I told y'all, see, this is why I like Proverbs, because it will show you today. And you can look, listen what it says. Intelligent children make their parents proud. Lazy students embarrass. Man, you don't think the way, I mean, for Elon's Musk's son to go up and tell me, the president, you ain't the president. Go away. You think that's something he's proud of? That's a child. You ain't got no business talking to no adult any kind of way. You ain't got no discipline. And look how, and every time, and I don't know why he keeps trotting this little boy out on his shoulders, and that boy ain't got no discipline. He's a terrible example. I saw where he was meeting with the Prime Minister of India with two women and some children. And everybody from India are adults that are sitting on one side of the room, and on Elon Musk's side of the room, he got two women and 3 or 4 kids. How you think them adults felt? What? Why we couldn't having a meeting with him, and he brings some women and some children that can't make no decisions? The people that he brought with him couldn't make no decisions. Couldn't be responsible, couldn't answer no question. Why are we meeting with them? See, this is the kind of stuff, but oh no, he's rooting out a lot of that stuff you could go online and do. And let me tell y'all something. A lot of this work that Elon Musk is doing, his group is doing, that's what AI is doing that work. They ain't doing that work. Artificial intelligence. We were taught you they don't. But see, here again, people are, oh, you a hater. No, I ain't. I'm just saying that when you see a rude, undisciplined child, that parent ain't spending no time with them. That parent ain't spending no time with them. And he couldn't even control the little boy. The little boy cut up something terrible. And that's not the example that you want to put out. Okay? Verse 21. The empty-headed treat life as a plaything. The perceptive grasp its meaning and make a go of it. The empty-headed treat life as a plaything. The perceptive grasp its meaning and make a go of it. In the New King James Version, it says, folly is joy to him who is destitute of discernment, but a man of understanding walks uprightly. Okay? Folly is a joy to him who is destitute of discernment. but a man of understanding walks uprightly. Well, what does it mean to walk uprightly? You ain't gonna take advantage of nobody. You ain't gonna cheat nobody. You ain't gonna deceive. You ain't gonna lie. You ain't gonna be trying to get revenge when you walk uprightly. Okay? Ain't no drama with you when you walk uprightly. And see, and we don't, unfortunately, today, we really don't want to hold people to the standard of what this Bible says. That is the problem with Christians in America. We don't want to hold the people to the standard that this Bible has laid out. We're compromising. See, we make excuses for. And there are no excuses, man. You think God gonna make an excuse? You think God is gonna accept some excuses? And you gonna get a pass and get in? No. God ain't gonna accept. So if God won't accept no excuses, why are you? And that's when the rubber meets the road. Verse 22. Refuse good advice and watch your plans fail. Take good counsel and watch them succeed. In the message, in the New King James Version, it says, without counsel, plans go awry. But in the multitude of counselors, they are established. This is somebody that will listen. This is somebody that don't know it all, that ain't got all the answers. See that, and look in the politics today. We got people right now who refuse good advice. They don't want good advice. They just want to please the people. And sometimes what the people want ain't what God wants. Remember, when it was between Jesus and Barnabas, the people said, give us Barnabas, and crucified Jesus. Said, give us Barnabas. So everything that the people want ain't the right thing. Just because they want it don't mean it's right. They wanted Barnabas and crucified Jesus. They wanted a crook. God, doggone it. See, a lie will get you in the door, but a lie can't keep you in the door. Edward, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Okay? A lie will get you in the door, but a lie can't keep you in the door. Now, remember the guy, the guy from Fox News that they made the chief of the Defense Department? They just showed him the other day. He was at this press conference. He said he had quit drinking, but yet he pulled a glass out that looked like it had some bourbon and took a sip and put it back down. I said, wait a minute, I thought you had quit drinking. But he lied to get in that position. You see, and that lie ain't gonna keep him there. The truth gonna come out, buddy. The truth is, see, this is why I keep telling y'all, stop getting upset about these people who are lying and getting in these positions, because the truth is gonna come out, and it ain't gonna be long coming. Now who's embarrassed? Now who is embarrassed? All of the people that voted for them to get to that position, see, he gonna make them look like shit. That's what he gonna do. Because his weakness, see, when you, wait a minute, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show y'all something, why it's not good to be playing. Here we go. Listen to this. Listen to this. That's why it's not good to be playing with God, man. Listen to this. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 43 through 45. When an unclean spirit goes out of a man, he goes through dry places seeking rest and finds none. Then he says, I will return to my house from which I came. And when he comes, he finds it empty, swept, and put in order. Then he goes and takes with him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter and dwell there, and the last state of that man is worse than the first. So shall it also be with this wicked generation. See, this man got up and swore that he had quit drinking. Okay? And at the time, he might have been telling the truth. But see, that spirit that he said he had kicked out came back and said, I'm going to go get me 7 other spirits that's more wicked. And you watch this guy that's in the Department of Defense, watch what an embarrassment he's going to heap on America. You watch the embarrassment that he is going to heap on this country, okay? Because he lied to get in that position, and he's still drinking, all right? He's still drinking. See, when that pressure is, boy, pressure is a backbreaker. Let me say that again. Pressure is a backbreaker. When you dealing with some pressure and you got some weaknesses, it's going to magnify whatever you're weak at. If alcohol is your weakness, pressure is going to magnify that. If sex is your weakness, pressure is going to magnify that. Okay? That's all you're going to want to do to deal with that pressure. Either drink or lay up and be screwing or whatever else you do. Okay? Whatever your weakness is, pressure is going to magnify it, buddy. It's going to magnify it. And when it magnifies it, it's going to get out of control. You watch. And I'm telling you right now, see, Truth Conductor said, man, that drinking problem he got and the pressure that he's under, it's going to get out of control. And he going to show up one day drunk. And it ain't going to be long coming either. He going to show up one day drunk. Okay? Verse 23. A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good it is. In the Message Bible, it says, congenial conversation, what a pleasure. The right word at the right time, beautiful. Okay, a man has joy by the answer of his mouth. A word spoken in due season, how good it is. And man, that's when like when somebody is really having a hard day, and you come along, and you pleasant and you kind and you considerate, and you make their day, and you might not even know the impact that you're having on their day, but just the mere fact that your pleasantries could be a compliment. You know, you look nice today. Those are a beautiful dress. Man, I like that suit. You never know what impact that your pleasantness might be having on people, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know. And see, and this is something that a lot of people don't pay attention to, is the folk that come across their path on a daily basis. Have you ever been somewhere or going somewhere and a homeless person crossed your path on your way? You ever notice that? You going to do something and a homeless person cross your path. Out of all of the people that's around, why did they cross your path? And most folk don't even pay attention to that. Most people don't even, or you see a situation where somebody's destitute. You going to do something totally different, and y'all paths cross. Why? Why? There's some things, man, you need to be sensitive to. Okay? Verse 24. Life ascends to the heights for the thoughtful. It is a clean about face from descent into hell. In the New King James Version, it say, the way of life winds upward for the wise, that he may turn away from hell below. The way of life winds upward for the wise, that he may turn away from hell below. When you're wise, man, you ain't going to see, you'll pay attention to situations, because you know, only by the grace of God that you don't find yourself in that very situation. And unfortunately, you got a lot of people. How many people you think in California that lost everything in those fires ever thought that, man, I could end up homeless one day? Never in their wildest imagination that they ever think that they would, a situation would create them homeless, because they live in a life. They got a good life. And out of nowhere, in the blink of an eye, they're now homeless. A lot of them got to start from scratch. Lost everything. Got to start from scratch. But yet, walk by homeless people every day, not even realize, man, this could happen to me one day. It's not, can't take that for granted, man. Verse 25 rather. God smashes the pretensions of the arrogant. He stands with those who have no standing. In the New King James Version, it says, the Lord will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the boundary of the widow. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud. Who is that proud person? The one that everything that's materialistic is that proud person. Their car, their house, their wardrobe, the vacations they can take, what they can do. That's the proud. It's all about them. They don't give God no credit for nothing. And everything they got, they work for. God didn't bless them with nothing. See, that's the proud person that don't consider, man, everything you got, man, is a blessing from God, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. And even when you get in some hardship, God gonna bless you where you might not suffer as bad as another person would. But you still in there, but it ain't as harsh on you as it would somebody else. You can go through situations like this and you'll end up in a hotel. But somebody else might end up on the street. Okay? Verse 26. God can't stand evil scheming, but he who puts word of grace and beauty on display. In the New King James Version, it says, the thought of the wicked are an abomination of the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant. See, that goes back to your attitude again, man. What kind of attitude are you displaying? Are you saying one thing and living something totally different? Let me say that again. See, because a lot of people out here that are putting airs on for men and get behind closed doors and do something totally different. But they goody two shoes in public and some freaks behind closed doors. And you think God don't see that? You think God don't recognize that? Come on, man. Verse 27. He who is greedy of gain trouble his own house, but he who hates bribes will live. In the Message Bible, it says, a greedy and grasping person destroys community. Those who refuse to exploit live and let live. See, when and this is a good example. When there's a tragedy, you got people out here gouging folk, trying to take advantage and get as much money as they can out of that situation. That's greedy for gain. When you don't have no compassion about your business practices, it's all about the money. When it's greedy for gain. Let me say that again. When it's greedy for gain, it's all about the money. Ain't no compassion in that. Ain't no sympathy in that. Ain't no understanding in that. It's all about the money. When you greedy for gain, but it says, but he who hates bribes will live. Man, when you compassionate with people, when you understanding with people, you'll treat people properly. Because again, the same thing, ambulance chase, yes. Yeah, thank you. That's a good example. Ambulance chase, greedy for gain. Verse 28. Prayerful answers come from God, loyal people. The wicked are sewers of abuse. Prayerful answers come from God, loyal people. The wicked are sewers of abuse. This is what it says in the New King James Version. The heart of the righteous studies how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours forth evil. Don't you know some people like that? Everything come out of their mouth is evil. Everything. Always wishing bad on somebody. Like that stuff can't come back to them. That's why I keep telling y'all, man, don't get caught up in this drama. Because that's what's going to come back to you, drama. Okay? Verse 29. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayers of the righteous. In the Message Bible, it says, God keeps his distance from the wicked. He closely attends to the prayers of God loyal people. And that's why, that's one of the things, God, you can trust me. I ain't going to take advantage of nobody. I'm not going to use nobody. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to cheat. But I got some prayers I need answered, Lord. I got some help that I need, Lord. And I just want to know, where are you? Where are you? Okay? Verse 30. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and a good report makes the bones fat. In the Message Bible, it says, a twinkle in the eye means joy in the heart, and good news make you feel fit as a fiddle. And there's nothing like getting some good news. There's nothing like it. Okay? There's nothing you can compare to when you get some good news. Because it gives you a feeling, man, that you can't describe. Okay, verse 31. The ear that hears the rebukes of life will abide among the wise. The ear that hears the rebukes of life will abide among the live. In the Message Bible say, listen to good advice if you want to live well, and honored guests among wise men and women. See, when you listen to good advice, man, you don't have all the answers. You don't have all the answers. You can be corrected. When you listen to good advice, a correction is only going to make you better. It ain't going to make you bitter. See, corrections will make a fool bitter, but it will make a wise person better. Let me say that again. Corrections will make a fool bitter. Okay? That's what correction will do to a fool. But correction to a wise man or a person will make them better, not bitter. It will make them better because they see some stuff that they didn't see. Okay? And it makes them better. They know what not to do now. 32. An undisciplined, self-willed life is puny. An obedient, God-willed life is spacious. See, that goes back to how you living, man. That all goes back to how you living. Okay? That's what that goes back to, how you living. And in the New King James Version, it say, he who disdains instruction despises his own soul, but he who heeds rebuke gets understanding. And the last verse is, fear of God is a school in skilled living. First you learn humility, then you experience glory. And in the New King James Version, it says, the fear of God, the fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom. And before honor is humility. Thank you. Daniel. Okay. Before honor is humility. Man, let me look up that. Let me give you the definition of humility, because I don't want to take it for granted that humility, a modest or low view of one's own importance. A modest or low view of one's own importance. When you're humble. And it says, the fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom. Before honor is humility. See, when you're humble, you're not better than. When you're humble, you don't take things for granted when you're humble. You're appreciative when you're humble. Cause you know where you came from. And unfortunately, see, a lot of people experience success and forget where they came from. This is no matter how much money I ever make in my life, this is the only wedding ring I will ever wear. Why is that, True Conductor? To always remind me where I came from. Because when me and my wife got married, man, I ain't have money to go into no ring shop and buy a fancy ring. I didn't have the money. So this ring here will always remind me where I can be worth billions of dollars. And this is the only ring that I'm gonna wear on my finger to remind me where I came from, what I went through, what I had to experience. I don't ever want to forget that. And that's why I keep, now I'm gonna hook my wife up. Let me get my hands on some money. That girl right there, shit, I'm gonna hook her up. I'm gonna hook her up. I am. But for me, I'll never get rid of this right here. I will go to my grave wearing this ring right here. Because it will always be a reminder of where I came from. All right? Man, that's it for chapter 15. I hope y'all saw something in this today. But again, man, just trust God. Trust God. Just trust God. And when you trust God, you're gonna stop worrying. You're gonna stop worrying. Okay? When you trust God. Ain't no worry. And you just step out on your faith. Okay? All right. Man, I see y'all.